tell everybody who you are, what market do you serve, and how long have you been dabbling in real estate?
I'll tell you, Bryce. Okay, first question. How long? I'm gonna say that I dabbled in. My name's Orlando. That's my. Was that the first question?
Yeah.
I've been dabbling. I started dabbling 4 years ago. Had really no support. Had a couple of people that I would like try to emulate, but no system really. So I quit. I just joined a bunch of Facebook groups and got a lot of less than winning energy from those Facebook groups. I got with REI results February or March or something. At just probably the lowest point of my life, Bryce. I'm not gonna get super into it, but I'm living with my parents. I got fired from my job last week, right? And I'll tell you, in the last week, I've been full-time now for 1 week only. Gosh, it sounds so like gimmicky, but here the results are, the REI results I've gotten are 3 signed contracts in the last week from Wednesday to Wednesday. And it's so fascinating. I remember Chris, one of my friends, texting me. He called me. He's like, "Is this the same Orlando that just a few weeks ago didn't believe that he could do this thing?"
Yeah.
And I responded back, "Oh yeah, that Orlando. No, he can't come to the phone right now." What? Oh, because he's dead. So yeah, I mean, I'm loving hanging out with the REI results team. That support and that, I mean, just things like that, right? What happened to that Orlando? Like that's the community that I personally am beyond grateful for. And I point, any success that I have and will continue to have, I'm like, I wouldn't have done it without these people.
Dude, I freaking love you, and I love your energy. And I was telling you before we jumped on here, I wouldn't normally have you in, so new, but your story is so intriguing because you did dabble, and then once you dabbled again more recently, back February, March, it was just kind of like, man, I don't know if this is still right, and then boom, you had that switch where it was either make it or break it, and you flipped that switch and you trusted the process, and you got 3 deals in less than a week. And I'm curious, let me ask you this. Now that you're all in on yourself, what do you stand to make, like gross for your company? Like, what does that look like? 3 deals, what is that for you? Like 50, 20, 30, 80? Like, what does that look like for you?
I mean, worst case scenario, yeah, 45. Best case scenario, 80, 100. The market's what it is right now. So between 45
that's not
and
a bad
100.
payday. Worst case scenario, 40 grand in a week. Like, that's a great payday. So let me ask you this. Working with you over the last 2, 3, 4 months now together, we've had a chance to hang out. We've got calls on Tuesdays for specific topics. We've got guest speakers that come in and just drop fire. We've got Wednesday calls where we role play, and then you and your personal team like meet every single day. And then on Thursdays, we get to hang out and just answer questions. My question is out of all of this contact and context and support, what has been your greatest takeaway that you learned by working with the REI Results Academy and our process versus what you knew and learned 3, 4 years ago?
Short answer, Bryce, is just the word consistency. If I look back 4 years ago, I remember there was like one day that I had like 700 buyers, and I'm like, I'm just gonna call them, bam, 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 and then I didn't do anything for like a week, right? I mean, how many people they get super fired up, and that's what they do, and then they forget that they're supposed to continue being fired up. This system doesn't really allow for me to forget that I'm fired up.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, every day at 11, I'm meeting with the team. I'm talking through what we're going through. And I mean, frankly, I've got leads every day that I've got to call. So it's not, I mean, I have relationships to build, and whether or not they answer, that's not the point, right? The process is the process of getting in their ear, right?
Yeah.
One of the deals I'm getting, you know, he's just, I didn't think he was serious at all. He wanted like $300,000 for this 53 ARV. But I'm just like talking, and every time he answered, he's like, "Man, what do you want?" and and I just find out that he's got this other property, right? I mean, just the asking the questions, just the knowing that, you know, if I'm gonna treat this like a full-time, committed, consistent daily effort, then the results are guaranteed. That's just what I was missing before. I had no process, no commission, and no committed, no consistency.
Yeah. Dude, I love that answer. And for time's sake, I want to be respectful of your time. All I can seem to think of is the other people out there that are going to watch this video and be like, yeah, but Orlando has this or Orlando has that. Like, what would you tell that person that's on the side of the fence that just needs to, like, they're trying to make a decision whether they go this way or that way in real estate, or this mentor or this coaching program? What would you tell them, Orlando? What would be your perspective?
It's not about you. I mean, these houses need to get sold. These people need our help. They need someone's help. Yeah. And that person could be, you know, someone like you, Bryce, that does 80 deals a day or whatever you do. Or it could be someone like me who is 1 week into it and is just in the right place at the right time. And it has very little to do with skill. Because I mean, am I good at what I do? Maybe, but I'm only a week into it. You know, if you're going to be consistent.
So what would you tell them, Orlando? They're on the fence. What would you tell them?
Get on. Stop dilly-dallying around, man. We have a good time. I mean, even if you don't make any deals, which you will, I mean, you're going to grow as a person. You're going to meet wonderful people. Just do it. My name's Orlando, and I endorse the REI Results Academy.